Now, the compliance review that the ASVVP officers conduct, they come out to check, whether you're following the immigration laws and regulations, and it includes, they do research into government systems, public records, and then principally checking you out. Now, when the ASVVP comes out, they have a set of targets set up, and they have different levels of priority. One of the number one types of businesses that they target are those businesses which find H-1Bs and then farm them out to other companies. That almost guarantees that you will get a site visit from the ASVVP officer and USCIS FDNS program. Now, typically, this FDNS visits can come from H-1Bs, but also for L-1s and numerous other of the applications that you're not necessarily interested in, I'm sure. Now, the FDNS visits to sites, like I said, are designated by the government with certain levels of seriousness. The third-party businesses being one of the prime concerns, but another way of determining who gets chosen for an interview, every single case that the FDNS gets, every person involved in the case gets entered into the system. And this is not just ones that are definitely fraud or national security threats. They come out to visit you and your company and your employees. Everybody from that visit gets entered into the FDNS system. Of course, if there's no fraud or no national security issues, then those comments are marked appropriately. However, because of this and the fact that the FDNS database has been growing since 2009, they have billions of points that help them to select who is going to be the next target of a visit. Now, when that site inspector then does show up to verify the information, you have to be prepared. You need to have all of your, excuse the phrase, all of your ducks in a row, all of your paperwork set up, and everybody who could possibly talk to the FDNS officer needs to know their role, what they can say and what they shouldn't say. All right, among other things, they will talk to people, they will look at your documents, they will take photos, and they will speak with the employee, the beneficiary, the one that you've hired to put into that position. They also make all sorts of observations regarding whether you've complied, whether you've done things properly in the paperwork. A person was asking me a question earlier about the fact that somebody submitted a fraudulent document to them and they didn't know about it. Yes, that can be a difficult issue, but if you can establish that that person submitted it and you had no knowledge, and generally, if you have a good record with USCIS and FDNS, they're gonna know that you have a good track record with them, and they're not going to go after you, they're gonna go after this person. When you found out about this person submitting a fraudulent document, if you took necessary steps, terminated this employee because of the fraud that they perpetrated against the company and the government, then again, that further limits your liability in the eyes of FDNS and the USCIS. Okay. Some people get repeated site visits, and they want to know, why me, why me, why me? Again, each time a visit happens, it's based on one beneficiary. If you have multiple beneficiaries, you could be investigated on every single beneficiary, and each time have to show all of the information over and over again. So if you get things right the first time and you have things set up properly the first time, then it makes it easier for the second, third, and fourth visits. One of the most important things to know about the FDNS site visit, it isn't required that you let them visit your site. You can refuse. That doesn't necessarily look good if you refuse the visit. they're going to wonder why. What is it you're doing wrong? And it's going to make the investigation even more intense. However, you also do not have to let them do the site visit the day they show up. You can tell them that you are not prepared that day, the person who they need to talk to is not available, and that you'd also like to have counsel available for you that day. And they are more than happy then to reschedule. When they reschedule, you're better prepared. You're set with counsel, with all the people that need to talk to them, and it also gives you the opportunity to talk to the beneficiary/employee that they're going to talk to, so that that person knows what he should say, knows not to offer more information than what he needs to. The main thing is, and this is true in any type of investigation, answer the question only. When you give them more information than they ask for, and you answer with too much information, you end up either stepping on your own feet or burying yourself.